Hi, I'm kchoi. Welcome back to my channel. It has been 5 months since I have sat down to film a YouTube video. That might be the longest streak in a really long time. The past 3 videos I uploaded were all from my Paris trip back in January, so yeah, it has been a while. But let's not dwell on the past. We're here today to film a video, and I'm gonna do a Q&A. I posted on my Instagram story asking you all to ask questions about anything really. Most of them were about consulting, some about education and travel, so I'm gonna try to answer as many as I can. And after this video, I have lots of ideas for videos in the future about consulting. I know that's what a lot of people want to hear about, so don't worry, I am planning and writing all of that content and super excited to finally make it. So if you want to be updated on those videos, please do hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to get post notifications. I would really appreciate it. And let's just begin. I typed up those questions from Instagram so that I could sort them by topic, and we're going to start with consulting/work. How difficult is it to get into consulting? It really depends. It depends on the company and how competitive that is. It depends on what you studied beforehand, and more importantly, what your work experience was. So it really is a range, and it also depends, are you an independent consultant? Are you going to work at a firm? There's so many factors. Do you need a really high GPA to get into consulting? Again, that depends. It doesn't hurt. And I think especially for some of those bigger firms, a high GPA is kind of a standard requirement. But of course, I think all companies take the full picture into account. Do you have a lot of pressure doing this job? Are people competitive? I would say there's a fair amount of pressure. There's pressure from the client. There's pressure internally. If you're leading a project, making sure you're leading the team well, being clear with everything, making sure you're not screwing anybody over. In terms of people being competitive, at least where I work, I don't feel that it's competitive. I feel that everybody supports each other. I think in other firms, I know I've heard, if you want to get on a project, you sort of need to bid for it or apply for it. So in that case, it might be competitive there. How to enter consulting as a graduate student. Summer internships, consulting club at your university. If you're in the UK, graduate schemes are a big thing that people will apply to if they're coming straight from school, whether it's straight from undergrad or from postgrad. On a related note, to be a consultant, do you need at least a master's degree? Nope, I would say you wouldn't need a master's degree, but lots of consultants do end up getting their MBA and then go back into consulting, or some people might have worked in a different industry, gotten their MBA, and then entered consulting that way, but it's not a requirement. How much international travel do you do in your job? I haven't been on any international projects except for one in Canada, so I've done some travel to Canada, but lots of my coworkers have gone to places in Europe, in Asia, Middle East. Yeah, so it just kind of depends on what project you get put on. Do you ever get tired of traveling for your job? I'm not tired yet. I think definitely people who have a family or whose family lives near them might find it more difficult. For me, I can kind of live pretty independently at this point, so I'm not too tired of it yet. And the travel perks and points and miles and things like that make it worth it for now. Do you enjoy your work? I love my work. I'm a change management consultant, and we focus more on the people side of change. I don't want to go into too much detail because I think I will do a video about what change management is, so stick around for that. What do you wear for client meetings? This depends on the client. Some of them are a bit more formal, so I'll wear slacks and a button-down shirt or something. Other ones are very casual, so I'll literally wear jeans and a t-shirt. Any tips for a fellow Cal English major hoping to get into consulting? First of all, go Bears. Second of all, there's a few other questions related from other people. So how do I get into consulting with a digital marketing background? I majored in mass communication. Can I start a career in consulting? Will I get accepted into consulting when I don't major in business or econ? Yes, it is possible. I majored in English. I worked in public relations. There's people at my company who have backgrounds in the sciences. It really is about painting the story of, why this next step is right for you. I actually have a video on my channel called How to Change Careers. And I talk about how I went through the process of switching from public relations to consulting. So do take a look at that if you are concerned about getting into consulting with a different background. Do you have a vision for your future self that's career related? I would love to work with more nonprofits and work more in the social impact space. One of my colleagues and I are actually trying to figure out how we can make that more part of our business model at the company we work at. So I got several questions about motivation motivation and managing stress. So the first question is, how do you keep yourself motivated? To be honest, I'm a very competitive person. So in terms of motivation, when I see other people doing things and doing cool stuff, that inspires me to get my shit together. However, it's never good to compare yourself to other people, but I try to keep it in check. In terms of balancing things, I honestly don't think I'm so good at that right now. For me, it's kind of easy because I don't have any friends where I live. And then the other related question is more about how do you manage stress or deal with pressure. I feel like I've done a lot of work on myself to manage stress. In general, I'm a pretty high-strung, anxious person. A lot of people think the opposite about me, but that being said, I've made a really conscious effort not to let stress get the best of me. It's little things that add up, like taking time to take care of yourself, prioritizing the things you have to do so you don't feel overwhelmed by an entire list of things, but you can just focus on the top 2 or 3 that need to get done. And then just, talk to people about it and don't just bottle it in. Not a good idea. Is a master's degree worth it? Watch this Q&A video. I'm also an English major switching to a master's in management. Any advice for admission? Use your writing skills to write a kick-ass personal statement. Any tips for beginners in traveling? Download airline apps and hotel apps. Keep your clear pouch of liquids at the top of your bag so it's easy to take out. And don't feel pressured to cram too much into a trip. I think if you're visiting someplace for a first time, it can be very tempting to try to do lots and lots of things, but take a step back and slow down sometimes. How can I overcome my anxiety when flying? I want to travel the world. I think it's just that let your desire to travel the world be more powerful than your fear of flying. And also flying is safer than riding a car, so think about that too. What is a travel/airport hack? Take an empty water bottle through security so that you can fill it up at a Starbucks at the terminal and not have to pay $5 for a bottle of water, something like that. Least favorite American airport? Maybe Houston or Atlanta. They're kind of spread out. Favorite books during travels / book recommendations. I can probably do a whole video of book recommendations or books I've read this year. Right now what I'm reading is this book called Make Time: How to Focus on What Matters Every Day. I just started. This maybe can help answer some of those questions you all had about balancing work and personal life and all of that. And next travel destination. Next travel destination for pleasure will be Seattle. I'll be going there in just about a month. Battery is running low and we're in the home stretch of some miscellaneous questions. So let's see how fast I can answer these. Warriors or Lakers? Lakers. What's your current favorite quote? This one. It means everything happens for a reason. Do you still keep in touch with and or live near your college friends? I sort of live near some of them who live on the East Coast. I definitely keep in touch with my college roommates, with our chat group and all of that. What's your favorite Korean food? Doenjang or fermented soybean soup? Planning on going plant-based soon, vegetarian, vegan. I don't know if I will ever go fully vegetarian or vegan. When I cook for myself, I usually cook vegetarian or plant-based. When I go out to eat, it just kind of depends. I think when you travel for work, it can be hard to keep a strict diet. So no plans as of now, but I do still try to be mostly vegetarian. Do you miss London? All the time. I think you can see here. That's a little vintage tube map of London that I look at to remind me of my time there. And last question, when are you coming back to London? Well, wouldn't it be great if I was announcing that I was coming back to London? But I'm not. I have no idea when I'm coming back to London. I hope it's sometime soon. I hope I get put on a project that's in London. That would be awesome. But as of now, no idea when I will visit London again. I feel like when I do go, I want to go for sort of an extended period of time, at least 2 weeks, just to be able to, see enough people and do enough things. So we'll see. All right. Those are the questions. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was informative, especially some of the questions about consulting. I'm definitely going to be making more videos on that topic and more videos about travel, career, all of that. Let me know in the comments what other videos you'd like to see, because I am feeling myself on this roll and I just want to get lots of ideas and get started. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for sticking around even though I haven't uploaded in a couple of months. Thanks for subscribing even though I haven't uploaded in a couple of months. I really appreciate it and can't wait to start making videos regularly again. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.